square, and there's the sign, and there's our bus waiting in the background. Grand Circle. And casting its shadow over the whole town, or every town in this country, somewhere is a minaret in the mosque. Doesn't have to have a dome, but it has to have a minaret. George just found this statue as a cornerstone in this building. They're not all in Germany. Some of them are right here downtown, whatever town this is. Town must be Bergama. This is Bergama, Turkey. We've been going through olive country for about, well, all day today, he said. This is olive country. These are olive trees. Those were olives you're looking at. Got another bus stop, ice cream break time. But just to let you know that there are over 10 million olive trees in this country, the fourth largest olive oil producer in the world after Greece and Italy. Beautiful olive groves everywhere. This is an olive tree, ladies and gentlemen. And there's our Grand Circle bus getting windows washed and getting a rub down. There's George again, George and Greg and Paul and Frida doing their thing over there. And your typical telephone, modern telephone booth, Turk telephone, telecom. And there's the local little piggies having their snack. This is orange juice stop, and I think that is olive oil being sold. Is that olive oil? Double drum. Very nice. Well, here's the Trojan horse. We're in Troy. Go up there and have your picture taken, I guess. The Trojan horse, ladies and gentlemen. All this time we finally come to find the Trojan horse is really here in Troy. Good picture of this.
Und haben angefangen auszugraben. 1870 waren die dann.
You know, I'm inside the horse, shooting some of the scenery from the top. Pretty wild countryside up here, actually. Here's your mosque. Here's the steps with no railings, and I'm going to have to go down here. I better back down this thing, but here's the inside of this trapdoors with windows. It must have been very quiet in here.
Starting from 3000 and all the way up to 6th century AD. So all these civilizations and all these layers destroyed by several reasons, such as invasion, the enemies, fire, earthquakes also here, because Dardanelles is the main fault line which comes from the Sea of Marmara, which killed 20,000 people 2 years ago near Istanbul. That is the fault there. So the earthquakes were common here as well. So all these reasons ruined the early, and then the 6th century AD on the highest level of what you have here. So what you see when you look here, you can see, imagine when Schliemann was found. When Schliemann found this area in the 19th century, it was just as solid like a hill. Layers of the different layers. We can come closer here so they can have room through this new group. From top to bottom, it is starting from 9, and if you go down to the earliest level, it is actually number 1. So when we are visiting Troy, we will have a chance to see a built 6th level, and this is the level of the 12th century BC. Yes, it is right. That's right. Where we are standing here and where we are looking is actually the wall of 12th century BC, where the war took place. Now, when this war was taking place here, when the wall was here, remember, this is number 6. So that means if I ruin this wall, if I excavate underneath this wall, then I'm going to find number 5 and number 4. So when he was here, he was someone else. Really. Once he was here, he got the permission from the Sultan. Whatever the valuable was going to be found, then share 50-50. And a few days before the treasure was found, that was his Greek originated wife's birthday, Sophia, her name. And then he says to all the people who were for him, well, this is my wife's birthday for 3 days, don't come, here's extra money for you. He and his close friends dug together and found that incredible treasure that I'll show you where he found it, in the Schliemann trench. And he and his close friends eventually took this treasure to Greece and then to Germany, in Berlin. Until the Second World War, it was in Berlin, but the Red Army in the Second World War took it from Berlin and carried it to Russia. The Red Army took it from here, so during the war, so you stolen it from us, you have to give it back. And our government is quiet. Excuse me, sir, you guys are arguing there, but this is the site here where it's originated, huh? So I am going to show you quite soon where it's originated from. The round shape, if you look carefully, you can see it like this, you know, making all these rounds here. But look here, how smart they were. When they did this job, they knew about this strength of the wall. Instead of using two different blocks next to each other like this, look what they did here. They did one block like this. This is very smart, and you can also see this over there too. And here is the original entrance over there to Troy number 6. The marble. Remember we saw them yesterday in Ephesus.
This, if I can get in close, we can read this later. Stop it. And here is the Schliemann trench going down.
He heard from his mother.
And in the background is the Dardanelles.
Books, including Iliad,
Dardanelles in the back.
So that he was successful. Near the hill of Hisarlik. That was the name.
And this is the Turkish trench, and these are it shows the levels. And Turkish squirrels running around. Anyway, level 3, 4, 2. They just put this trench through with modern archaeology techniques to demonstrate how it should be done. This was a ramp, city ramp going into one of the levels. I think the 3rd level, he said. Here's a well from 300 BC.
This ramp, like this one, is giving us the cars in. So they had 4 of those. But today we have only 1 of them left. Why? Well, because one of the other was. So if I ruin the other levels, that means to reach this one, I will ruin the other levels.
Boardwalk that they built around all the levels.
Now, what does it look like? And by the way, originally there was nothing like this here. In the
This is a sample of Priam's house, they think this was. You can get a zoom on this and read that later. There's 2 wells. I'm going to have to change batteries here in a second, but you can see the time of day, the sun is going down, so the photography is going to get more difficult. George is going to help me out later with all of these missing points. He's taking great notes. This is a beautifully done excavation here. This is called the Dunwoody Little Theater Group off near the library.
We used to walk over there and all the way to 580. All these levels here. Actually, these are the nine levels, and this is today. What does it look like? Starting from the 1st and to the 10th, you can look at the city wall. We saw all these, look things, and then I said there's the wall with the mud part of it on the top. And the highest place of this has been always Temple of Athena. And Temple of Athena, look in the Roman time. This is a smart building. We saw those blocks too. And we did see the altar here, and the well, the sanctuary. So underneath where they found Hadrian's statue, here is the Odeon. See? And the stage building, look. And we saw all these remains of the pillars and the foundation of these 8 pillars there too.
I have one question.
Yes?
If everything is under, if so much of it is still underneath, how do they know for sure those are the...
Troya here. This